Hey guys, it's Rich here. So I just wanted to kind of show you a quick look at the entire portfolio of Sergeant Werewolf here. So today I'm coloring number 16, which I'll show you here in a second. Uh, there, there's there's like a leg. That's about it. It's my little office. Lots of Diet Coke and cough drops because I'm always sick. It's me and Melissa. Oh, Jaws. Ah! Anyway, yeah, you guys probably don't care about any of that. Anyway, so here's the first page. So just a little background on this. This one was all done digitally, and I ended up not liking the style. Like I just wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. So so I went from digital to the traditional pages that you guys have seen, and ignore all those prices. I just put everything in a portfolio that was really old. Um, but you can see, some of the whiteout on there, and some of the detail, and you'll kind of see how different, how the styles kind of evolved from the first couple pages to when I really got into a groove. One of my favorite things in the entire book is this little owl. That'll come into play much, much later, and it's connecting kind of to another book that I'm working on. So, anyway, here we got the Baron. Interesting thing about the Baron, he's based on Brother Theodore. I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Burbs or remember his stand-up comedy from 70s and 80s. But Brother Theodore, like, Google that. That dude he is creepy. And we recently watched The Burbs, and I was like, I gotta make this guy a bad guy because he's awesome. Oh God, it's the sewer sharks. Yeah, those guys were. Another interesting fact about the sewer sharks: they first appeared in an unpublished Fear Agent story that Matt Talbot and I did. We did this a long time ago. We had done a pinup for Fear Agent, and Rick Remender asked us to do it. We did we did the pinup. He asked us if we wanted to do a backup story for Fear Agent. We're like, yeah, man, that'd be awesome. We did the backup story, which had the main character kind of had to go to the bathroom real bad. Stops at an intergalactic truck stop and ended up being sucked into the sewer and fighting sewer sharks. So that's where those guys came from. Probably aren't the same ones, but yeah. And then again, this is because of my love of Jaws, which came out in 1975, the year I was born, and it's probably one of the first horror movies I ever remember watching. And my dad used to scare the crap out of me because he would sit behind me, and at the point where they're checking out the boat, and Hooper goes diving down in there, and he finds the tooth, and then the head pops down. My dad would like scream behind me. So yeah, I had a healthy fear of the water, because I was pretty sure even if you went into a swimming pool that didn't have lights in it at night, there was probably a shark at the bottom of it somewhere. Yeah, so they narrowly escaped the sewer shark, only to fall into the hands of the Nazis. We have our Sarge gets shot there, and you can look at these and then look at the final pages and see how much how much I changed. Like, for instance, I realized after I was done and scanned it and everything that I put the sash on the wrong shoulder in this last panel. So I think I flipped it in the final version. I'm giving away all my secrets about how horrible I am and how much I don't pay attention to some of this stuff until it's too late. And then this is the this is the shot where they put the wolf over Sarge, and he starts to come back to life. And this was kind of a crunch time. I just happened to be doing a 6-page story. I did this one over Christmas break, and at the same time I was doing a 6-page story for another comic, and I kind of needed a cheat for 2 pages to buy me some time. And thankfully it worked out where, using this for basically 8 panels saved me a ton of time, and I think it worked out story-wise. And the big splash, lots of just fun, cool imagery. I love this skull. That's probably the thing I love drawing the most out of this entire book. Yeah, I just have fun with this stuff. And here's a little secret, if you couldn't tell, because you guys are probably like, man, the writing on that is awesome. It's the best writing I've ever read in a comic book. Yeah, you're probably not saying that. No, there's 2 ways I write. When I write with Craig, or for Craig, I do, that's writer rich. That's rich writing a real story. Whereas this is artist rich writing, which means you're not going to see any cars or spaceships or anything, because those are things I don't like to draw. So basically, artist rich says, oh, we're going to write this, we're just going to draw a bunch of stuff that I want to draw, which is, all this kind of crazy, weird stuff that you've seen. There's Sarge finally turning into a werewolf. That's probably my favorite werewolf face that I've done so far, which is kind of sad since it was like the first one. You can also see the lack of backgrounds. A lot of this stuff, I'm on deadline between working on all the commissions that I still have on my list. The day job and taking care of my wife and cooking for the kids and traveling, or taking the kids everywhere they need to go. I end up scrimping on backgrounds a little bit. Yay! They're in action. Here, look at the perspective on that wall. That is pretty horrible. That's pretty bad. That's why I covered a lot of that up with word balloons. I know I'm giving all my horrible secrets away. I just like being honest about this stuff. Yeah, things are about to get bad here. The Baron is going to grab the scientifically created Thor's hammer. It's gonna get bad. More deaths. Oh, poor Marler. Now we got more fighting Nazis. Yay! And then everybody else dies on this page. Greta. We got. Oh. This was one of my favorite things to draw. That was kind of fun. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's not like screaming. He's a little kind of waking up, emotional, and then the cigarette in the eye. Kind of fun. And here we go. This was last week's. Again, I had so much fun drawing that panel. Every once in a while I actually like one of these panels. It's not often, but So again, skimping on the background. Look at that. Probably took me 3 minutes to. If it took me 3 minutes, I'm sad. Then what's gonna happen next? Oh man! So he picked up Thor's hammer. Oh no! And it transformed him into like Thor possessed him, kind of. So that's where we are. You guys are gonna see the color version of this later, and hopefully you enjoyed this little portfolio review. And I'll talk to you guys later.